Hello my friends, I know it's been a while since we've been able to hang out. I hope to get back to doing my lives very soon, but for now we'll go back to just recording some of these things. And this one's going to take a bit of a process anyway. So I was wanting spaghetti, but I'm not going to be making it probably how you think about it. As our base sauce, I'm going to use vegetable juice. I'm going to add in a fresh diced tomato, fresh diced bell pepper, mushrooms, onions, and I'm using hot Italian sausage. So let me get the sausage browned off, and then we'll come back and start to develop our sauce. Well, our meat's cooking, and so while that's going on, we can visit just a little bit while I chop up some of these vegetables. I told you before, I like my spaghetti to have some chunks in it when I make it. So I leave, just pull that little skin off there, my onion is a little bit thicker for this, and I will do the same for my bell pepper. I'm gonna try a trick that I saw floating around on Facebook that makes it easier for the seeds. If I can get this off. I'll put it on there. So we'll try this trick. We'll see if it works to help us with our seeds once we get in here. Just go around where all those little crevices are and go down. Cut. I can smell this already. Ooh, it's gonna smell real good. All right. Well, it did, didn't it? Look there. All right. New way to get the seeds out of that bell pepper, because it stayed on that one hunk, and now I've got a seedless thing. That's how that's gonna be. All right, that's pretty good there. Learn something new every day, baby. All right, so I'm gonna work on my mushrooms as well. I'll show you how I dice those up. You don't need to sit here and watch me dice up things, but I'll show you how I do it. I'm gonna rinse this off. I try to get the prettiest ones I can. I'll rinse that off. And so my mushrooms, I like to do it like this, in quarters. So I still get a good hunk out of it. I know we've all been dealing with hurricanes, it seems like, all across the southeast. We now got a new one headed to Florida. So we got to keep Florida in our thoughts and prayers again. We know what's happened up here close to where I'm at in Tennessee. I'll hunt these on down, but you know, these will kind of dry up almost to nothing. Miss the camera. I'm supposed to be better than that. That's what I do for a living, is video work. That's how it goes. Anyway, we've got to say a prayer for all those folks. My, oh my. What a disaster it has been. I should have got me a discard pile. So I can get a bowl so I can save for the rabbits. I don't know if they eat bell peppers or not. I've never even thought about that. But anyway, today when I'm recording this, we're talking about 180 mile per hour winds, and it could strengthen. We've been looking at all the data that we have. You know, I talked to some school kids the other day, and they brought up some of the most historic storms, and actually some of the most deadliest storms happened before we had the technology we have today. People were not on TV or on the radio, or in this case on the internet, trying to warn people about a dangerous situation. And you know, up here in Tennessee and North Carolina, where Helene flooded everybody out, we've never had anything like that before. So that's a lesson learned, that we're going to have to pay closer attention to the potential for inland flooding from these storms. We know it happens. It's happened before. I mean, we've seen the storms come through. But up here in Appalachia, we tend to forget about all of that. It's almost like it won't really bother us. But we see here, when you get, I saw some estimates close to 30 inches. Can't handle that no matter where you are. That's a lot of water. And the one thing that we've learned about water is it will find a home. It will go somewhere. I'll cut my hand if I ain't careful. So we'll keep praying. Some of y'all down in other areas said, I saw you on my television. Yep, Dolly came in I saw some folks kind of criticizing her, if you will, for coming and making a statement. But what she did is way more than what you saw on television, and way more than that dollar amount. Because I've had some folks that live in that area, and they said, you know what? She gave us the hope and inspiration that everything will be all right. And so having your neighbor, if you will, a lot of us still consider Dolly our neighbor, even though she seemingly is all over the world at times, but we like to think of her as the hometown girl doing good, I guess you would say. And it's nice to have that person come back and reassure everyone that things will be okay, and we are going to make it. And you get discouraged when stuff like this happens, but we try to lift each other up as best we can during these times of need. So everybody in the storm path of this new one, just make sure you listen to your local EMA directors, your local meteorologists, wherever you are, and do what they say. They're doing it based on years of experience and things that they've seen, not only that may have happened in Florida in the past, but they might have seen something in another part of the world that we needed to pay very close attention to. So just heed those warnings so everyone makes it as best you can. If it's evacuate, evacuate. We like to say you run from the water and hide from the wind in these situations. So I'm going to keep chopping this up, and I'll come back and show you what we're going to do with our vegetable stuff. Say a little prayer in between. How many of y'all know how to peel a tomato? This is what my grandma did. She put it in boiling hot water. And guess what? In just a couple of seconds, that skin's going to peel right off. I thought I hit record, so you missed what I just did. It's already there. I poured about half of my vegetable juice. This is 64 ounces. And I poured it into my pot. Go ahead and get it to start cooking. So that's over there. I got to bring it back up to boil. Hold on. All right. So let's start with this. I'm just going to cut these like so. That's still hot. Whew. Just in little bite-sized pieces. Need to sharpen my knife. Then I wouldn't have that problem, would I? Kyle's getting too impatient. It's not working. You ever get impatient? You just want it done. Yep, if I take my time and swiggle it back and forth, it'll do what I want it to do. So, I think that I missed and didn't tell you, this is actually a turkey Italian hot sausage. I'm going to try to do a few more heart-healthy recipes, since this is one of those times of the year that we need to pay attention. So, this is a turkey sausage, 97% fat-free, that I just kind of browned off in my pot over there. You know, by the time we get all of our flavors going, I don't think people are even going to notice that it's turkey. I said that the other day to my mom. I said, those turkey patties, if you was to put them in a gravy or something, Daddy wouldn't know the difference. She said he probably wouldn't. But if he did, he won't eat it. He just doesn't, he don't want it. All right, so I got one more. Let's see if I can get this one done without it rolling off on me. And then we're gonna go, I'll take y'all over to the pot and we'll get all of this to going. I'm adding that fresh tomato to try to thicken our sauce a little bit because our vegetable juice is gonna be pretty loose, so I want to thicken it up a little bit. I'm gonna add some garlic, some onion, and all of those flavors, some Italian flavoring as well in there. So let me go back over to the stove. I'll bring you over there with me and we'll get all this to cooking. So how many of you know about this trick? Ooh, that water's hot. You just pour it on out. But this peeling is going to come right off just like that. Look, it's already started. And we can throw it in there. Pulls right off. All you got to do is stick it in that boiling, scalding hot water. The bottom's a little tougher, but that's okay. That's all we're going to do. Pull that skin off. Maybe that side wasn't all the way down in the water good enough or something. I did it in this bowl because I'm just going to do this one tomato here. Our fresh tomatoes are running low on this. Sad. But you know what? With all that's happened here, we do have some farms that are in a little pickle. They probably glad they got their tomato crops out of the field before the storm hit. Well, those things wouldn't be any good at all. All right, so I can take that little piece off right there. So what I like to do is just do this. Cut it right down the middle. And this is going to be diced and crushed and everything else when we're done. So it don't really matter what it looks like. I just wanted some of that fresh tomato flavor in it. Nothing like a good old fresh garden tomato. Let me get that piece out of there. Kyle, what are you doing? I don't like that. When I see that in a restaurant, I think, how lazy were y'all that y'all couldn't cut out that little hard core right there? But I know what they're doing. They're just sticking it in that tomato dicer. All right, so we'll have some hunks of fresh tomato. There we go. That's how I dice mine up. So here we go. There's my stuff. Got my sausage already in there. Had some that crumbled on up on me, so it happens. I'll go ahead and throw in the rest of my vegetables now. That just looks pretty. I can just have me a salad with that. Whew. I made a good salad the other day. I should have taken a picture of it for you. Let me go ahead and throw in my... Here we go. So, there's my stuff. From there, to help us develop some of our flavors. And push that on down. We'll bring it all to a boil here. Again, some of them sausages fell apart, but that's okay. We'll get the flavor. It'll be more like hamburger meat, maybe. Don't tell everybody they're getting salt. They're getting turkey at my house. It'll be good. All right, so I'm going to dig through. I've got Italian seasoning. And put in there just a little bit. I want to find my garlic. Where is my garlic? If I'm out, I'm going to be in trouble. Here we go. Garlic powder. Might just use this whole little thing. Yep. Let all of that go. So I'll keep tasting it as it goes along here and see. I do have a little bit of garlic salt in case I need more. I'll keep tasting it and seeing it. I'm going to throw in some oregano too. Is it chopped up pretty good? Yes. All this is going to add some great flavor to what I think was already a great profile with that. What is it? Vegetable juice. This is just a little bit of turmeric. And if you've followed me for a long time, you know I like to put that on chicken. And the turmeric is supposed to be very good if you have inflammation. So arthritis, maybe you've got some other ailments like a skin disorder or something like that. Turmeric, add that to your food and it will help you with all those things that will ail you from time to time. I know they hurt. I know they're painful. When I come back in, I'll add some fresh ground pepper. I'm not putting cayenne this time because we've got folks that are going to eat this with me. But I'll get it in there one day. Maybe the next time when it's just me eating on this. So this is going to cook for an hour now. This is just going to sit here and cook for 1 hour and let all those spices marinate together and we get the flavoring out of our vegetables. My noodles, I'm just going to use a regular spaghetti noodle here. This little packet right here might be angel hair. Well, I don't think it's angel hair. But I'm going to cook those in the microwave. For those of you who have followed me for a while, you know I used to sell Tupperware. I did. I sold Tupperware. Made a pretty good extra chunk of change with it when I was at it hardcore. I kind of miss going to the parties. Maybe I need to have another party. So we'll have our own little party, right? Our cooking party. So I'm going to cook it in the Tupperware microwave cooker. That's how I'm going to cook my pasta. 12 minutes should do it, but the directions come with it. You put your water to the fill line as it tells you, and then I'll tell you how long till I cook it. So that's what we got going on tonight. I'll be back in about an hour and we'll start tasting this sauce and see how our flavors have developed. So here's our sauce. Oh, it smells so good in here. I smell all of that garlic, all of that bell pepper cooked together. You can see my sausage. Got my noodles cooked, so let me go put it together. All right, everybody, so I've got my noodles done. There's my bowl. See my noodles, they come out just like this, nice and tender. I've got my sauce. Let me ladle this on. You know, kind of thickened up as we went forward here. But there we go. There's my turkey Italian sausage pasta sauce made with vegetable drink. With those fresh things in there. I know that I need to put some cheese and stuff on this, but I'm just wanting to taste it for you. Those noodles I've already tasted. They're nice and soft. There's that pasta sauce. So let's do it like this. Let's try it like this. That's good. That is really good. Needs just a hint of salt, but that'll be okay. All right, guys, so here we are. Y'all have a great day. Please be safe over the next couple of days. Hopefully this took your mind off of things for just a little while. We'll be back at it once again, trying to help everybody in need and also alerting folks of the pending disaster. Hopefully it just falls apart and goes on back to sea. We'll say a prayer that it'll do that. So everybody be safe, and I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.